everyone, welcome back to the show. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that affects all of us: stress. You know, that little thing we all experience, but often don't talk about enough. So, let's kick things off with a little exercise. Raise your hand if you've experienced a bit of stress in the past year.
Wow, almost everyone's hand is up. So, what kind of stress are we talking about here? I mean, is it the kind that makes you forget where you parked your car, or the kind that keeps you up at night?
Great question. It can be both, honestly. Stress comes in many forms. There's the everyday stress, like forgetting where you parked, and then there's the more intense stress that can really impact your health. I mean, think about it. When I was in college, I had this massive project due, and I was so stressed that I couldn't sleep for days.
Oh man, I can totally relate. I once had a final exam that I didn't study for until the night before. I was like, why did I do this to myself? So what's the deal with stress? Is it always bad?
That's the kicker. Stress isn't inherently bad. In fact, a moderate amount of stress can actually motivate us to perform better. It's like that adrenaline rush you get before a big game or presentation. But when it becomes chronic, that's when it can lead to serious health issues.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword? I mean, I've heard people say that a little bit of stress can be good for you, it keeps you sharp, right?
Exactly. It's all about balance. Think of it like seasoning and cooking. A pinch of salt can enhance the flavor, but too much can ruin the dish. Similarly, a little stress can push us to achieve our goals, but too much can lead to burnout.
Wow, that's a really cool analogy. So, how do we know when we're crossing that line into too much stress?
Great follow-up. One way to gauge this is by paying attention to your body. Are you feeling more anxious, irritable, or fatigued? Those are signs that you might be experiencing too much stress. I remember a time when I was so overwhelmed that I started getting headaches. That was my body's way of telling me to slow down.
Oh no, headaches are the worst. So, what can we do to manage stress better? I mean, is there a magic formula or something?
If only there were a magic formula. But there are definitely strategies that can help. Mindfulness and meditation are fantastic tools. They help you center yourself and reduce anxiety. I once attended a meditation retreat, and it was life-changing.
A meditation retreat? That sounds intense. Did you sit in silence for days?
Haha, yes. It was a bit surreal. But it taught me so much about being present and aware of my thoughts. It's like hitting the reset button on your mind.
Wow, I need to try that. So, what about exercise? I've heard that can help with stress too, right?
Absolutely. Exercise is a fantastic way to release built-up tension. It's like a natural stress reliever. When you work out, your body releases endorphins, which are like little happiness hormones. I remember after a tough workout, I felt like I could conquer the world.
Haha, I love that. So it's like the more you sweat, the less you stress?
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be intense. Even a simple walk can do wonders for your mental state.
That's so interesting. So, if someone is feeling overwhelmed, what's the first step they should take?
The first step is to acknowledge it. Just like we did at the beginning of this conversation, raise your hand if you're feeling stressed. It's important to recognize what you're feeling. Then, you can start implementing those strategies we talked about.
That makes a lot of sense. So, it's all about awareness and taking action, right?
Exactly. And remember, it's okay to seek help if you need it. Talking to a friend or a professional can make a huge difference.
Wow, this has been super enlightening. I feel like I have a better grasp on stress now. Thanks for sharing all these insights.
My pleasure. And for everyone listening, remember to take care of yourselves. Stress is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control you.
Right. And if you want to dive deeper into this topic, I'll make sure to link some resources in the description. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Until next time, stay happy and healthy.